Osama bin Laden was born on March 10, 1957, in Saudi Arabia, likely in Riyadh, though some accounts suggest Jeddah. His father, Mohammed bin Awad bin Laden, a Yemeni immigrant, had become one of the richest men in Saudi Arabia by the 1960s, running the Saudi bin Laden Group, a construction empire closely tied to the royal family. Osama's mother, Hamida al-Adas, was a Syrian teenager who married Mohammed in 1956. A year later, Osama was born. His parents separated soon after, and Osama grew up with his mother and stepfather, along with several step-siblings. Despite family complexity, he remained close to his father, absorbing the conservative religious views that would later shape him. Osama's childhood was one of privilege. He attended Al-Faghr Model School in Jeddah and even studied English in Britain at age 14. He was a football fan and had an interest in military history, displaying a mixture of ordinary youth and elite upbringing.
Welcome to Find the Stories. Please subscribe to the channel, like, share, and comment to support the channel.
By the time he reached adulthood, the Bin Laden Group was a multi-billion-dollar company with ties to the Saudi monarchy and contracts to rebuild Islam's holiest sites, including Mecca, Medina, and the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. In 1976, Osama enrolled at King Abdulaziz University in Jeddah, studying economics and business administration. But his focus soon shifted from commerce to religion, poetry, and Arab literature, influenced by conservative Islamic thought, particularly the writings of Egyptian scholar Sayyid Qutb. Osama developed a pan-Islamist ideology, the belief that Muslims worldwide should unite to defend their faith and resist Western influence. At 17, he married his first wife, Naiwa Ghanem, his first cousin. He would eventually father over 24 children. By the late 1970s, the Islamic world was in upheaval. The Iranian Revolution in 1978 toppled the US-backed Shah, and Afghanistan descended into chaos after the Marxist PDPA seized power in 1978. The PDPA, backed by the Soviet Union, faced widespread rebellion from local Islamist fighters. Bin Laden, freshly graduated, traveled to Pakistan and came under the mentorship of Palestinian jihadist Abdullah Azzam. Inspired, he began funding and organizing Muslim volunteers to join the fight against the Soviet occupation of Afghanistan, forming part of the Mujahideen resistance. In 1984, Bin Laden and Azzam established Maktab al-Khidmat, an organization to recruit, fund, and train Mujahideen fighters. He gained prominence during the 1987 Battle of Jaqi, earning recognition in the Arab world. By 1988, Bin Laden and Azzam created Al-Qaeda, meaning the base, a more radical network committed to jihad against non-Muslims and Western influence in Muslim lands. Its ultimate goal, the removal of US influence and the destruction of Israel. After the Soviet withdrawal in 1989, Bin Laden returned to Saudi Arabia, initially hailed as a hero. But tensions soon arose with the Saudi royal family over the stationing of American troops in the kingdom during the Gulf War. Bin Laden offered to defend Saudi borders with his own forces, but was rejected. Outraged, he launched a propaganda campaign against the royal family and the US presence, resulting in his 1991 expulsion from Saudi Arabia. Bin Laden relocated to Sudan in 1992, establishing training camps and expanding Al-Qaeda's reach under the tacit protection of Sudanese leader Omar al-Bashir. By 1996, US sanctions pressured Sudan to expel him. Bin Laden returned to Taliban-controlled Afghanistan, where he declared war on the United States, citing American occupation of Saudi Arabia and support for Israel as justifications. From the mid-1990s, Al-Qaeda escalated attacks against Western targets. Key incidents included the 1998 U.S. embassy bombings in Kenya and Tanzania, killing hundreds and bringing bin Laden to the FBI's most wanted list. By 2000, plans were underway for an even larger attack, the September 11, 2001, assault on the United States. 19 hijackers, trained in Afghanistan and fluent in English, executed coordinated suicide attacks. 4 planes were hijacked. 2 struck the Twin Towers in New York, 1 hit the Pentagon, and a 4th crashed in Pennsylvania after passengers resisted. Nearly 3,000 people were killed, marking the deadliest terrorist attack in history. Initially, bin Laden denied involvement, but by 2004, he admitted to orchestrating 9/11s, citing revenge for Western actions in Muslim lands. The U.S. responded by targeting Taliban-controlled Afghanistan, launching Operation Enduring Freedom in October 2001. Bin Laden narrowly escaped capture at Tora Bora, fleeing into Pakistan's tribal regions. For nearly a decade, he remained in hiding, often moving between Pakistan's mountainous areas, continuing to direct Al-Qaeda operations, including attacks in Iraq and elsewhere. By 2005, he settled in a fortified compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. Extensive U.S. intelligence surveillance identified the compound by 2010. On May 2, 2011, U.S. Navy SEALs executed Operation Neptune Spear, storming the Abbottabad compound. Bin Laden was killed during the raid, ending a decade-long manhunt for the world's most wanted terrorist. His death marked a symbolic victory against Al-Qaeda, but did not end the threat of global terrorism, which persists today.